we interrupt this program to bring you...
Let's try this again, shall we?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So, welcome to Double D's podcast. This is our first podcast. I should say 1.5.
1.5.
Because we've tried this before. We had some technical difficulties. We weren't able to actually put that one out, so we're going to go for it again. I'm Dave. This is Darnell.
Showing off my goodies.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what happens when your legs are all wrapped up.
I mean, I should just do the drip down right quick, you know? Got this nice... All right, let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it. Yeah. So first and foremost, again, I'm Dave. This is Darnell. Darnell, tell us just a little bit about yourself. Get things started. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Yes. I am Darnell King. I am a professional soccer for over 12 years now. This isn't going to fall, is it?
No, you're good.
Okay. I currently play here in Phoenix, Arizona for the Phoenix Rising.
Let's go.
Love what I do. Love every moment of it. I think that's what keeps me going every day, besides my lovely family. I've been playing since I was 3, and I'm turning 33 on Saturday.
Jeez, time flies, doesn't it?
Way too fast, man.
Yeah. Well, you don't look a day over 32, so.
I could have said 25.
I could have, but.
That's why I don't take my hat off. This will stay on the whole
That's
podcast.
all right.
But yeah, man. I've been in Arizona for 4 years now. I've met some amazing people, and yeah, man, I'm hoping that the future is bright here for me and just keep things going. Obviously, I met Dave through living in one of his condos and then becoming his realtor partner. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, so let's go with that. So, yes, professional soccer player, Phoenix Rising. Big shout out to Phoenix Rising. But you're also a realtor.
Yes.
And you've been doing that now for a couple of years. Got into it during COVID.
Yes.
And
it's better than just sitting around, you know.
Better than sitting around. We also, you also got into that while you were still playing professional soccer.
Right.
So
yes.
It's been a pretty interesting balance.
Yeah, no, I think it's important. I mean, professional sports is amazing, but, it's not forever. Tomorrow one is not guaranteed, and you do put your body on the line when you go out there every day. So to keep raising the bar and set yourself up for the future is important. So, I mean, I've had a good mentor through the process that I got started with real estate. And, yeah, man, I mean, there's so many things you can do in life, and this was something that kind of fell into my lap, obviously through you, and I've enjoyed it so far, and hopefully to keep it going and keep making things happen.
I love it.
90-hour course, man. Get your license. Like, come on, guys.
Everybody should get a real estate license.
Yeah, it's 90 hours.
90 hours.
You can go through 4 years of school, which I'm not knocking that. Obviously, there's so many things you can do, and you can learn and progress your life in many different ways. But 90 hours, learn it, and then it's all about what you put into it. It's about your work ethic.
Yep. I really do think that everybody should get their real estate license, and not just for to become a realtor. Mm-hmm. Like, there are so many benefits that you get from having your license just for yourself, for your own family, for your own friends. I've sold and helped sell family and friends' homes.
Yeah.
We've purchased properties on our own.
Yeah.
And it benefits you. You can take your commission that you make and you can put it back towards your down payment or whatever the case may be. There's so many different things that you can do with it. And you take a little refresher course every 2 years for your continuing education. Your license just stays there. It really is just a good thing to have. But I'm glad that we met. I'm glad we met under the circumstances that we did, and we were able to find you and your wife a home.
Yes.
Close to the then new stadium.
Right.
And then, of course, a couple of years later, they moved the stadium.
Bouncing around.
bouncing around. But luckily, it's not nearly as far as the original stadium, so you're still all right.
Yeah.
It's just construction right now is kind of killing it. But
yeah, you just got to weave in and out safely and get there on time. I push it sometimes, but I'm always there on time. I got to be. But yeah, no, I think real estate is so good. I mean, there's like essentials that I think people need in life: food, water, shelter.
Yep.
I don't know what the third one I was going to say is, but I'm sure there's more. But I think it's an industry that there should always be business if you're putting yourself out there. Health, like the healthcare industry.
Yeah, there's always going to be a gym.
You need that. There's always going to be somebody needing.
There's going to be a doctor, a chiropractor,
Yes.
something
Yes.
like that that's going to be out there. And homes are always going to be out there. I got asked the other day, should I buy a home right now? And I said, well, yes, and you should buy it with me. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. No, but I said absolutely. If you can find a home that suits your needs,
Yeah.
and you can afford it at the current rates, which I think right now are like between 7 and 8%, then you absolutely should buy a home right now.
And there's a big question, like a lot of people that may not be fully educated in it or know a lot about it, like what is the reason? Because I think some people fear the rates are too high, but like in my head is, what if the rates stay that at that rate or go higher?
Yep.
Don't you usually look at the price of the home, because usually over the years it's gone up?
Yeah, so that's a good question, and yes, that is one avenue or one way that you can look at it. But the big thing is, let's say you look at it right now, and let's say it's 7%.
Mm-hmm.
10 years ago, right, mortgage rates were 5, 6%,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then COVID hit, and everything dropped, cut in half.
Yeah.
You're looking at 2.5%, 2% in some of them.
Crazy.
Instant equity into your home.
Yes.
Right? Because people are refinancing.
Right.
They're refinancing, they're getting a lower rate and all of that kind of stuff. So right now, when it goes back up to 7%, if you're still sitting on that 2% like I am, I'm living life right now because I'm not worrying about having to sell my house. I'm not worried about making my mortgage payment. I'm not doing any of that stuff.
Right.
And if I wanted to, I could cash out refinance, and I'd have a very good large amount of equity that we could use as cash. I don't want to, but I could.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to buy a home right now and you see that the rates are at 7%, if you look at the cycle of the market and you look at the history of how market rates go, we're not going back to the Reagan days. We're not going to be at 18% again. No matter what inflation is doing right now, it's not going to jump to 18%, which is what people were buying homes at in the early 80s.
Yes.
All right, like think about that.
Rowdy.
18%. I can't even imagine people having to buy a home right now at 18% because people would freak out.
Yeah, but the prices of the homes were much lower.
Much lower. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. So because we had the drop in interest rates, we had the increase in purchase price of the homes, right? Well, now we're starting to see those purchase prices come down a teeny bit, but we're not seeing that as much as we're seeing the leveling of homes.
Right.
And I mean leveling of prices, they're not destroying homes, but the average prices are becoming more stable. You're not having the massive highs and the massive lows.
Right.
So if you can purchase at 7% right now, and in 2 years, let's be honest, in a couple of years we're going to have a different regime change in the government. That's my own opinion. We can get into politics on a different podcast, but if we see a regime change that I think we're going to, you're going to see inflation slow down a little bit. You're going to see interest rates potentially drop a little bit more. It might go back down to around the 5%, somewhere around there. But even then, refinance.
Yes.
Refinance when the interest rates go lower. Refinance. You instantly have equity into your home.
Yes.
You don't have to cash out. That's an option. You don't have to do it. You can just do a simple refinance and You can do cash out refinance. You can do a home equity line of credit or a HELOC. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do.
There's so many routes that I just don't think a lot of people know about.
No, and what I would love to do is we're gonna get a couple different lenders in here throughout the course of time. We'll let everybody know that we're gonna be doing that. Maybe we'll do just like a small segment on that and let them, really the experts, do it.
Yeah.
We're not lenders. We don't have the expertise. We're not licensed to do that.
Right.
This is just based off of experience. But if you're looking to buy a home right now, buy the home right now. If you can afford it and it's not going to put your family out and it's not going to put you in a bad situation, purchase a home. It's no matter what, it's better than renting.
Because that's just not going back to you at all.
No, you have zero equity into it. Every dime that you're putting into, unless you're doing a rent to own or something like that, right? But a straight rental, you're just throwing money away. And I shouldn't say that because that's not true either. You're paying for a place for you and your family to live, for sure. Like you said, it's one of the necessities to have shelter.
Right.
But if you can afford a home to buy it. Real estate is one of the best investments and it has the most longevity for investments. Look at all of the super wealthy. What do they all have? Real estate.
Land, homes. Oh, I got a house in Florida. What?
Yeah.
I got one in Georgia too. What?
How many people down here in the last 4 years since we've been in this industry, how many people do we sell homes to that do not live here full time?
A lot.
A lot.
It's hard to count, bro.
California, Washington, Minnesota. I've got a client right now who is working on, I think it's her third, maybe her fourth property down here, and she lives in Minnesota.
Yeah. I think it's more of that risk because it is a big investment. It's not like it's something but I think when people make that jump, I'm not saying do it or don't, whatever, do what you want to do, down the line, you'll look back and be like, oh, I own a house here, I own a house there. And you'll be like, oh, shoot, I have 4 or 5 properties now. It's passive income just coming in.
Yep.
So.
Especially if you're renting them out, your VRBO, Airbnb, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's companies out there that manage all of that for you, so you don't physically have to do it.
Yeah.
But the really cool thing is, go buy a home. If you're able to, and you want to buy that second or third or whatever property, go buy a home someplace that you want to visit. Because that means usually other people want to visit it too.
Yeah.
But then you get to go and visit, and you don't have to pay for a hotel. You don't have to pay for an Airbnb or a VRBO. You just
Head to your crib.
go home.
Yes.
You go to your home away from home.
It's yours.
Yeah. So anyway, long tangent on that one.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
We'll talk about it.
I think it's a great topic, and I'm glad that somebody asked me that question. I'm glad we got that out of the way. We'll definitely talk more about that.
Yeah.
In future episodes for sure.
It's in the bloodstream, baby.
That's right. It's just something we talk about. But with that being said, I'm glad that we brought that up because professional athlete and realtor becoming more and more popular. If you're looking at professional athletes that are doing it, Tyler Lockett, Seattle Seahawks.
Yes.
Shout out to Tyler Lockett and the Seattle Seahawks. Let's get you on this cast, please.
Come on,
Huge
man.
Seahawks fan, so let's make that work.
I ain't gonna say nothing else.
That's all right. You can handle
my
it.
team. I told you this is. You know what I noticed while I was sitting here? I saw them Pop-Tarts up there. That was my breakfast for champions. I know Wheaties is the breakfast for champions, but the flavors of Pop-Tarts,
They've gotten crazy.
no, it's out of control now.
It's out of control because they're like, here's 3 more, try them out, and then let us know what you think.
like birthday cake, pumpkin spice.
Yeah, I thought there was like
Cherry.
there was like an orange creamsicle at one
Yeah,
point.
no, there's something. There's s'mores. S'mores is kind of has been
S'mores is
around.
all right.
Brown sugar,
Best one to go.
top class, and then toast a strawberry with the sprinkles on top. You can't beat it. Please drop your comments of what your favorite Pop-Tart is. I would love to hear.
The classic strawberry.
The classic strawberry with the frosting on top and the sprinkles.
Yeah, but toasted.
All right, let me ask you this. When you open the silver package,
Yeah.
Did you always hope that you got the side with like the frosting crusted on the end? I don't know if people notice that because one is like,
You know what? No, I didn't think about it that way. However, when I open it up, do you open it to where you have just the top and you can pull one out at a time, or do you
100%.
do the book? I do it where I go all the way down the foil and open all of the foil up.
never seen anybody do that.
Yeah, I do it that way,
So you just open it up like a book.
and then I can just take Pop-Tart out.
No, I just slide them out. It's like you
Nah.
watch all the crumbs fall out. Just-
All right,
Everybody's got their. I mean,
they've got their thing.
they're from the West Coast. I'm from the East.
Yeah,
Slightly different. You
I don't
guys-
think that has anything to do with East
Open
and West
books.
Coast, but
I'm just, that's a difference. So maybe we just did it.
yeah,
I don't mean
it's very possible. I don't know.
How they do it,
I used to like Pop-Tarts, but I don't think I ever ate them for breakfast.
Hey, you can eat them. It's kind of
They're
like
just like a
bagel bites.
snack.
You really can eat them. Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. You can eat them any time of the
If
day.
you ask my son, pizza anytime is okay.
Yeah, pizza is good anytime. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
I don't know who thinks different, but I can eat pizza at any moment of the day. Doesn't matter. Can you not do that?
No.
Cold?
No.
It's hard for me to eat
I
cold
guess
pizza.
I could eat pizza any time of day, but not every day.
What's your favorite pizza? From where?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, I know.
So favorite delivery pizza?
Oh, there's a difference.
Probably
Oh,
most recently,
Okay,
probably Mountain Mike's.
Mountain Mike's.
Yeah,
Is that a chain?
it is a chain. Yeah,
Okay, well, go back to the East Coast, West Coast. Is that out here? On
it's
the
here.
West?
Yeah, it's here. I have no idea. If it's
Never
out-
heard of
if it's
Mountain
out
Mike's
east.
from where I'm from.
That's what it's called, right? Mountain Mike's.
What's their like style? Is it like
I don't think they have a style. I think
like
it's just like
normal
whatever,
pan-crusted pizza?
yeah, pizza. But they have
fresh
like different.
cowabunga Ninja Turtle style
No,
pizza?
no, nothing like it's nothing crazy. Like there's not weird names or anything like that. It's just like just pizza. But my favorite pizza of all time is pineapple with jalapenos.
So you're a pineapple on pizza.
I'm okay with it.
Me too. Sure, not a lot of people.
I know.
I honestly didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing until like a year ago when it hit social media, where it was like is
Pineapple on
allowed
pizza?
on pizza, and everybody flipped their crap about it. But
Well,
no,
why? When did
who
that?
cares? If you're allowed to put anchovies on pizza, you can put pineapple on pizza.
The person, they wouldn't be an ingredient at stores or at pizza parlors if you couldn't put it on there. If it wasn't like,
here's the thing. I hate that when people say you can't or couldn't.
yeah, why? That's your taste buds.
I can do whatever the hell I want
That's
to.
right. It's my pizza.
It's my pizza. You're not eating it. Mind your business.
I could put French fry. I could put whatever I want on my pizza. It's mine. I'm paying for it. I'm eating.
I've seen people put potato chips on sandwiches.
I do that.
Me too. So why does that matter?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It's your own
I don't-
sandwich.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
No, that's true.
Anyway, so my favorite sit-down pizza right now is over by you, actually, in Awatuki, is Vero's.
Talk to me nice.
Yeah.
I love
Used to
my
be-
people at
Used to be
Vero's.
Buddies. Sorry,
Yeah.
trademark, but now it's Vero's. But Vero's Awatuki,
Yes.
their pizza is...
Shout out to Alex
Chicago,
and Trisha
just-
over there, man. They always hook it up when
Oh,
we go in there.
and they
always
do-
take care of us, man.
They do something special with their pizza.
They do.
Chicago style,
Deep dish.
deep dish.
Yeah, I get the Millennium Part there. It's a.
That's good.
I mean, Chicago, they're known for their Italian beefs and all that. So it's Italian beef with sweet peppers and Giardino peppers. I don't know how to say it. I'm not from Chicago, but I don't get it with the hot peppers. I get it with the sweet peppers and
Yes, very good.
Wow.
Let's get some pizza in here to try out sometime.
Yeah. Come on, girls. Mine.
Favorite
delivery, I
delivery?
guess.
Yeah.
Well, it was never delivered. You had to go pick it up.
Well, I wouldn't be delivery pizza then.
All right. Well, it's not. Also, it's not a sit down. Carry out pizza.
Okay,
We'll say that.
We'll go with that. Then I would say
Everything's
Little
kind of
Caesars.
delivery now, though, with Uber Eats and all that stuff.
That's true.
But okay, carry out. And I would walk to school every day, and I feel like the cool kid because if I had $5.35, I can get a full pizza. And where do you think this pizza's from? Just take a guess. You might be wrong. You might be right.
I'm gonna say QT.
Little Caesars,
Oh yeah, Little Caesars classic.
bro. The crazy bread for $2. So if you
Yep.
had $7, I think it was. If you had
$7.50.
$7.50, let's just say that, you would get full pizza, hot and ready.
Yeah.
Pizza, and crazy bread. And if you were the kid to buy it for the group that was walking home from school, you was that dude.
But it's different
or that
now.
dudette.
But it's different now.
Well,
I feel like Little Caesars has changed.
From well, I mean, I haven't had it in a long time.
So they still have the hot and ready. They still say pizza, pizza, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And they still have the crazy bread and all of that. It's just not the same.
I feel like you got to change a little bit because
I
everybody.
used to eat that when I was a kid too. I'd go. My grandparents would get it. Like it's the only time they'd ever let me get pizzas. But
Well, I don't know if it was just. I mean, it's good, cheap pizza. Not cheap as in like the quality of it. It's
Inexpensive.
Like, it's inexpensive pizza.
you
yes.
got to eat it right then and there because once it gets cold, that does turn rubbery.
It does. It's not the greatest code.
No.
I will be honest there. But when you buy it and you're walking home from school, it's done by the time you get a couple blocks. You know.
Yep. Have you had their pretzel pizza?
I have had their pretzel pizza. I like it, but I just it's like nostalgic,
You like
man.
the classic pepperoni?
Yeah, because when I eat it now, I'm like, oh man, this reminds me of when I was walking to school with my homies and we just chat out on some people, pizza, chat it up, and then be at school in 10 minutes or
Yeah.
going home in 10 minutes. So, yeah, Little Caesars is a go-to for me. Hopefully.
All right, favorite sit-down pizza.
I have to go right now. I have to go with Vero's, 100%.
Yeah, Vero's just does it differently.
Vero's is on top. I think Kim, my wife, my lovely wife, she may think different. She loves Vero's, but I think she likes Lou's.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I know she likes Lou's. Like, their whole family grew up on that.
Yeah, and I don't say really like surprised because Lou's is bad. It's not. It's really good.
I might need some help here. I clearly am doing something wrong. All right, E, hook it up.
We will cut this out. All right, technical difficulties are over. We fixed the mic again.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. You know what I'm saying? All
No.
right, you're good.
No, let's not do that again.
Yeah,
Anyway,
touch it.
no, Lou's is good though.
Yeah, no, it is. Deep dish, like I didn't have deep dish pizza growing up. Like I didn't know that was a thing. But when I tried it for the first time, I was like, yo, this is different class. You know, used to thin crust and like normal pizza. But yeah, no.
I don't get the argument between Chicago and New York style. It's all good.
No, it is all good. But maybe it's because we're not from either of those places.
Probably. Washington isn't known for pizza. We're known for microbrew and wine.
That's nice.
Oh, it's very
People
nice.
love wine.
Yes. People love wine. It's a very true statement.
Yeah, I mean, California, wine country, baby.
Yep.
That's the place to be sometimes.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so let's talk about what's going on right now. So you guys just had a game yesterday.
Yeah.
1-1. I
Yep.
think you are now in fourth.
Yep. I think still we're going down fourth place.
I think you just got tied with San Diego
Okay.
because San Diego won yesterday.
Yeah.
They came back.
Good for them.
Yeah, they were down 1-0, came back 1-3-2.
Resilient performance, buddy. Good job.
Yep. So you guys are now in the fourth spot. You got playoffs right around the corner. When do you mathematically clinch?
I don't
You have to,
know.
like,
Honestly, when the
Win one
teams
more.
below can't reach you, like below the line
You guys
of
are.
hit,
It's
can't
and
reach you.
everything's really close.
Oh yeah, the West is always. I mean, like it's been like that for a couple of years, man. Like it's always very tight on this side. The East have like three teams or four teams clinched already. So yeah, man, it's really about just like in anything, whether you're playing golf, which I want to get into,
Yep.
or any sports you're playing. It's really about just focusing on yourself, your team, in that next game. The game that's in front of you. I think when you start looking further along and thinking about what could happen, I think you lose focus on what's at hand. If you're not present and doing the things you're supposed to do in the moment and focus on the team you're supposed to play, that could backfire on you later.
Yeah, for sure. I think I wasn't really trying to go that you're looking past all of it. I was just kind of curious as to when you guys, how close your division is, when you guys can say, yes, we know we're going to be in a playoff spot. Because I keep seeing on all the pop-ups and stuff like that with the Rising, that you're like right there to host a playoff game.
Yeah.
If you're in a certain position and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's always better to have a home game than it is to have an away game.
100%.
So,
100%. Yeah, I mean, we're in the position right now. It'd be great to secure that position right away. But yeah, I think it just goes down to the final game, because even if you clinch, I still think you have to hold your position.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just
Yeah, you do. You have to finish
In that
a
spot.
certain spot. Yeah.
So it's I don't know. Maybe a couple games could be,
Cool.
but we just have to make sure we get the job done.
Just got to get the job done. Got to finish strong.
Yeah.
For sure.
Kind of leading off what I was saying about that focus thing. You're a big time golfer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, first, kind of give us the background of how you got into golf and where you are now with it, and then kind of tell us like the preparation and the mindset you have to be a top level golfer, or a high quality golfer.
Sure.
Would love to hear that mentality, because it's a bit different in my world, but the same.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Different sport, but definitely a lot of similarities. So, I am a golf professional. I'm not a professional golfer. There is a big difference there.
Oh snap!
You know, you're not going to, it's true.
No, I always tell people like differently. I don't know. Maybe I've been saying it wrong. So explain that.
You tell everybody I'm a pro golfer.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm not a pro golfer. I'm a golf pro.
Sorry. I just
you're
get
not,
excited.
You're not going to see me on NBC or on Golf Channel unless I'm on like a big break TV show or something like that.
Okay, I get excited. Sorry. Go on.
But no, I got into golf. So I got out of the military, wanted something just far less stressful and much more fun, and I kind of got into golf while I was when I was younger. I had a friend of mine that worked at a golf course, and we went out there. But we went out there to hit this little white thing and honestly to have some beers. Like, that's what golf was back then. At the end of my service time, I started golfing with my friend Matt and my former CO and my commanding officer. And we go out there and we just had a great time. I had my really, really good friend Glenn, Chief Warren in the Army. He horrible golfer, but so much fun to be around.
Yeah.
And the more that I would go out and play golf with them, the more I just fell in love with the sport.
Yeah.
You know, the sport of golf it's an individual sport. We're going to get into what I'm wearing right now, which is the older a couple of years ago. But, we've got the Ryder Cup that's coming up. We've got President's Cup and stuff like that. The Solheim Cup, shout out LPGA. Those become more of a team sport with golf. But golf in general is an individual sport. And I've always been the kind of person that just kind of does things my own way.
Yeah.
And I don't really care what other people think. Okay. And golf just kind of fit that for me. I don't have the prettiest golf swing if you were to ask anybody, but I make it work. I'm a scratch golfer. When I first got into golf and I decided to go to the academy 13 years ago, I went into that probably at around a 32 or 33 handicap, not being able to break 100. I was hitting massive 60 to 80 yard left to right slices off the tee. 99% of right-handed golfers, or of all golfers, hit slices. Yeah. If you're right-handed, it goes left to right, left-handed, right to left. But
play your slice, baby. Play your slice.
If you got it, play it. But obviously, the more that you play, the better that you become. You can narrow that down, and then you can start shaping the ball in different ways. Mm-hmm. Well, when I went to the academy, I fell in love with it 100%, jumped in both feet, all of the other cliches that you can think of. I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so, so here we are now. After being a golf pro, I was a director of instruction at a couple different golf courses. We are sitting in my indoor simulator, Casita, that we had built a couple of years ago. Yeah, you got some old golf clubs. You got some new golf clubs.
These are some special ones?
Yeah, some of these are special. So on the right-hand side, I've got a 48-inch driver. That's my long drive.
This one?
That one, yeah. It's a 4-degree.
Does it have a nickname?
Crank. Right? That's the big dog.
The big dog.
Yeah. You always hear you got to let the big dog eat and stuff like that. That's the DAWG. That's the big dog.
That's good, big dog. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. That's why it's behind you.
All right, big dog.
Cool. The blue one here
that's
sleek. Yeah, that's Boomsicle.
Boomsicle.
That's
I'm
Boomsicle.
sitting next to the
Yep.
homies.
I built that when I was at the Golf Academy. It's a 3-wood, and I built that at the Golf Academy. And
This is sponsored by a car company, Mitsubishi Ryan. What is?
no, Mitsubishi Rayon. Mitsubishi makes golf shafts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They don't just make cars; they make other things.
I mean,
You know, air conditioners, golf shafts.
yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, so Boomsicle, I built that in the Golf Academy. Multiple instructors, which are master PGA professionals that were teachers there, they even said it's the best golf club they've ever seen built.
Seriously.
Yep. I've had friends that were at the Golf Academy that could hit that 3-wood 350 yards.
Can I borrow that? sometime?
No.
Okay.
It's been
Worth the ask.
retired for quite a few years now. I don't want anything to happen to it.
Fair enough.
Every now and then I'll swing it in here, but not at full power.
Boomsicle
The rest of
got
these
its
are just, these are kind of fun golf clubs. So
Yeah.
you got a ping putter here that I had when I was at the academy.
Okay.
This is my first TaylorMade putter that I had.
Nice.
This is an old Jack Nicklaus style
Yeah,
putter.
it looks very different than the
You know,
other
just
one.
got some wedges here. It's a 3-iron from Bomb Tech. My clubs up here. These are my 730s. These are the first blades that I got from TaylorMade.
Nice.
They're in the packaging of the P7 TWs, the Tiger Woods versions of TaylorMade, because those are what I'm currently playing that are in my bag, so they're not up there right now.
Nice. It's a lit setup, brother. Love
Yeah.
it.
So right now I play with the Veterans Golf Association, which is an organization that brings veterans out onto the golf course, and you're just out there to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, it is a competition. We have a tournament about every other week. I've got one coming up here on Saturday. And you accumulate points, you get medals, which I think I've got one right up here for when you win a tournament. And then as you accumulate points, you have a state championship, and if you come in the top 2 in your state or accumulate enough points, and you can go to regional championships. And if you go to regionals and you win that, you go to nationals, which national championships just took place. Actually, I think they're taking place right now, if I am not mistaken. What's today's date? Yep. Today's the last day of national championships, which is in Biloxi, Mississippi. So shout out to all the
Good luck,
veterans
guys.
that are out there. Yes, good luck.
Keep doing your thing.
We should be able to see this afternoon, who won. And it's really cool how it works out, because in nationals they do branches. They do a branch versus branch. So it's like Army, Marines,
That's pretty
Navy,
dope.
Coast Guard, like all the Air Force. They do all of that.
So they stick around if their dude's still in the running.
Oh yeah,
They're rooting for him.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty cool.
So it's really cool. You know, I've had the pleasure to have been playing in this organization for a couple of years now. I get more involved with it every year. This year I'm going to be helping them out with getting golf courses set up, and just because I have the connections with the golf courses.
Yeah.
And play some decent golf courses, nice golf courses. I'll be honest, last couple of years we played some golf courses that were grass optional.
Wow.
Just because we're trying to keep it under a budget.
Yeah.
But it's for a great cause. It's a nonprofit organization,
That's awesome.
and it helps us out. It helps us veterans out for sure.
So speaking of the medals,
Yep.
because I think that's sick. I learned a lot more about it. Now I'm going to call you a golf professional and make sure I say it the right way. It's not participation awards. Like, you got to win to get something.
That's
correct?
right.
So that you did some.
Yep. Yeah. So you don't get anything if you don't win.
Right. Okay.
So every time that you win in one season, so let me put it this way: when you win your first one in the season, you get a medal. Every time you win after that, you get a pin.
Okay.
I have.
They don't want to keep giving you medals.
It's nonprofit.
Right, okay, okay, I get it,
Medals
I get it.
cost.
Yes,
so,
yes,
and
yes.
so I get it. I
No, I
would
get it
I
too.
would rather have a wall full of medals instead of a wall full of pins, which is why you don't see my handful of pins up there. Because last year I won everything. I won every tournament on the state level that I played in last year.
Yeah.
Let me put a caveat to that. There were a couple times where there's only 3 or 4 of us in my flight,
Got it.
because I'm in the B flight. I'm not in A flight.
Okay.
And so sometimes it's me versus 3 people to win for my flight.
I got it.
Sometimes it's me versus 20 people. But again, it kind of goes back to that individual sport. It's just me. I don't have a team
Yeah.
out there doing it.
So last thing on that, what is like the mentality like when you're playing? Like obviously, practice makes better. Is there a lot? Because this is a sport that you have to have ultimate focus. I know you're out there, you know, you're having fun with the guys, but at the same time, it is still competitive.
Yeah. It's really, I think it's hard to put into words sometimes when you start talking about the mentality or the focus. But the best way that I can put it is when I come in here or when I go onto the golf course, to the range, anything like that, and I'm to practice, I try to make that time as enjoyable as I possibly can. At the same time, I'm hyper focused on everything that's happening. So it's very exhausting.
Yeah.
It's mentally exhausting, which then when you're mentally exhausted, you know, your body starts to get exhausted too. I mean, you know that.
Yeah.
So the more that I practice and the more ways that I can think of having fun while I'm practicing, but able to stay hyper focused, what that does is when I get onto the golf course, I can still be listening to music.
Yeah.
I can still be having conversations with the guys that I'm playing with and against. But when it's time to, you know, when I get the rangefinder in my hand, and I step out of the golf cart and I get the rangefinder in my hand, as soon as that rangefinder goes up to my eye, pretty much all of that is silenced.
Ah, okay. So there's a moment that it kind of turns.
Yeah, and I've kind of associated it with, and this is going to sound so cliche, but it's literally when I have the rangefinder in my hand, I'm now laser focused on what my target is.
Yes. No, even though it's
and
cliche,
so I get my yardage.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I'm going to hit. I know how I'm going to hit it.
Yeah.
You know, depending on the conditions, the lie, the weather, whatever.
Yeah.
I already have all of those factors. I already know them. And I go back and I grab my club. I don't take practice swings unless it's in a very particular situation, but I don't take practice swings.
Yeah.
I personally don't believe in that at my level.
Right.
I do believe in that for a lot of other people. I think you should.
Yeah.
Especially if you're working on things. But like I said, I've honed in my golf swing to work for me. It's an ever changing and thing that I will always work on.
Yeah.
And always try to make it better.
Right.
Just not during a competition.
Yeah. No, I think that.
But yeah,
I think you train to get to that point to, all right, I've done what I need to do to get here. Let's focus on it. And then
exactly.
I learn from
I know at 176 out of the left rough to a right pin that's tucked behind a bunker, I know exactly what I need to hit and how to hit it.
Right.
And so usually when I'm done with a tournament, I've got about an hour and a half of energy. And after that hour and a half, when my brain kind of can relax and I'm done thinking about everything that happened during that round,
Yeah.
I'm ready for a nap.
Nice. It's time to rest.
Mm-hmm.
When you coach, because you coach a little bit in the golfing, do you try and get people to, because everybody's different. They may come to you and be like, I'm really trying to focus on this. I'm a serious golfer. Or do you try and stick to your method of, like, you should have fun while you're good? Because I know me, when I golf, like, if I'm having fun, I'm golfing better. Like, I know I'm going to hit
Everybody is.
a good shot. Yeah. So do you kind of implement in that your coaching style? I mean, obviously, you're focusing on techniques of type of swing and what you should do here and there. But if somebody's coming in that's like, oh, man, I just keep screwing up. Do you try and tell them to, like, yo, relax, take it back?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it obviously is going to change on the type of lesson or whatever lesson we're teaching on that day. But everybody should be having fun golfing.
Yeah. Because I know, me personally speaking, I'm not a big-time golfer or anything. I like to golf. But if I go out there and I'm trying to be too serious, like if I'm playing with somebody serious and they're not, like, enjoying their time, I'm struggling. Man.
Yeah.
I'm not having a good time.
But why would you go out there and be serious? Like, I just don't understand it. You're not playing for money. In
Right.
fact, you paid money to go play. And you pay money to play.
Right. That's the word.
Play. You're not... When you go out, when you were a kid and it was time for recess, what did your teacher say? Go play.
And you know what?
You might get frustrated, you might get upset when you get your butt kicked at kickball or wall ball or whatever, but that's different.
Well,
you
because
were
kids talk trash to you at
Well,
that
hey,
point.
we talk trash in golf.
Yeah,
Trust
but you
me.
got to be able to take it.
Well, you absolutely have to be able to take it.
Otherwise, you should go get your own golf cart. 'Cause I'm not trying to ride
Yep.
with you.
And believe me, that has happened, and it will happen probably for the rest of my golfing life.
Yeah.
But that's just the way that is. But no, I mean, everybody should have fun golfing.
Yeah.
And when you're having fun, you're loose.
Yeah.
You know, you're relaxed, and
that's
you're
important.
able to. Yeah, it's very important. You're able to swing the golf club free, a little bit more freely, and you are going to have better contact, and you're going to have better results at the end of the day. You know, I don't think it's bad to have a drink or two on the golf course. In fact, I would say for most people it helps.
Yeah.
It's very bad when you have 10 or 12
Yeah, because then you're just
because then you're just hammered and you don't know what you're doing, and even though you're having fun,
Yeah.
you still
good time.
can't golf. It just makes it worse. But yes, when it comes to lessons and it comes to my students, I want them to just have fun. Now, I just had a student here a couple weeks ago, never golfed before,
Yeah.
and we worked on the absolute basics.
Right.
We were talking about grip, posture, and stance. Like, here's how you hold on to the golf club.
Yeah.
You can't really coach how to have fun, learning how to hold on to the golf club, right?
You just kind of create that environment when you're.
Yeah, you just have fun when you're teaching.
Right,
I mean,
right.
Um,
Well, because I asked that because I've had instructors or teachers.
well, and you're a coach too.
Yeah,
Like, you
but-
coach kids soccer. You're not going to go out there and just scream and yell at them and crack a whip. Yes, you're going to have some. Some form to what you're doing,
Yeah.
and some discipline to it. But at the same time, like, you want those kids
Yeah.
to enjoy the sport and enjoy what they're doing, so that they want to learn and they want to come back and they want to continue to play
And
the
get
game.
better.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing with coaching, especially coaching youth, because when you coach, sometimes parents are like very intent on like he's got to be better, and they're yelling at and it's fine, you do what you want, but when it comes
that's
to
gonna be you in 12 years.
I don't know what it's like until I actually have my kid at that age.
Yeah,
and
wait until
doing
your
this thing.
kid is playing youth soccer
It kicks it right out of bounds.
and kicks it straight out of bounds or whatever, makes a stupid penalty or whatever, and here's dad, former professional soccer
I'm gonna
player.
have to laugh, bro, because
Sitting
I'm
on
gonna
the
laugh
bench.
because I'm like I've done it.
You say that now, but in
No,
the
but-
moment when the game's happening, you're gonna, especially when the coach like says something that you disagree with.
Well, I would take it up more with the coach, because the kid, I'm not gonna say don't be coachable. I want him to be coachable. I want him to listen to what the coach says. But at the same time, I'd be like, you're the one playing. You make the decisions. That's what I say now to my teammates. I say, you're the one playing. You're gonna make the decisions. You deal with what happens afterwards. Like, obviously, we have a concept that we have to stick by, but you're gonna make the decision. If it's
It's so different when you're
I
the
know.
parent.
I can't
I'm
say
telling
it
you
until
right
I
now.
see him out there kicking the ball.
Yeah, you can say this is how it's gonna be. All you
Well,
want
remember
to.
this day, because when it happens, I'm gonna take video. I'm gonna show them. Like, see,
Yeah.
I was over here. As soon as I cut the
I
video off,
hope I'm at the game.
you have to be there, because as soon as I cut the video, what are you doing? Oh gosh, yeah.
But good. But
Gotta
yeah,
go
so no, super good question. I think.
No, thanks for explaining that.
I think that the similarities, though, in our focus and the intensity of how it all works is crazy. How similar it is, because I know that you guys do the same thing. I've played sports my entire life. I did it when I played basketball and football, and it's really not that different when it comes to golf. It's just a little bit. Frankly, I think in golf, you're more hyper focused on
Yeah.
certain things.
Yeah,
Like, you have a whole team of 10 other players that you.
and it's a free flowing game. Like,
Yeah.
golf is drive to the next spot or walk to the next spot. Where's my ball? I got to see it lined up. It takes time. Like, this is in the moment. You got to make decisions very quick, but it's
Absolutely.
a hyper focus before the game, because you have to visualize kind of like who you're playing against. Like, I was speaking to one of my teammates the other day, and he said, "Oh, I like to see what the other team is wearing before we play them, like the colors, because then I can visualize what I'm doing and like players on the field and like what color they're wearing, and I can see." So it's like everybody's different.
And that's
But,
cool, and I
yeah.
love that, because I do something similar where I always go and look at, maybe not go in person. I can use apps. I can use, Google satellite video or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'll go and look at the golf course.
Yeah.
And I will visualize everything, and I will know exactly what hole I need to hit what off the tee or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I very rarely ever hit driver anymore.
Right.
Now that I'm hitting my 3-wood and 5-wood so well off the tee, which I struggled with in the
Right.
past.
Yeah.
With my new TaylorMade Stealths that I have, I'm absolutely slamming them off the tee. I'm hitting
Yeah.
my 5-wood like 270, 275 off the tee.
And when you have that visualization, you have that plan to know, like, off that first shot is so important.
That
Because-
sets the tone.
Yeah, because now you know, like, I planned for it to land here.
Yep.
Obviously, if it doesn't work out, you have to figure it out at that point. But
But see, my favorite club in the bag is, for me, is my 9-iron. It used to be my 8-iron, but now it's my 9-iron. And so if I can have an approach shot that's between 142 and 151 yards, and I can hit my 9-iron,
yeah,
I'm sticking it close. I'm putting myself into an opportunity for a birdie better than anything else.
Yeah.
So when I go and visualize every single golf hole,
Yeah.
and I've got a 410 yard par 4, there's zero reason for me to hit driver
all right,
and possibly spray it left or right when
'Cause
I
you
can
know
just
you're
go
gonna
up there and
get
hit
there.
my 5 or 3 wood dead straight down the middle, or maybe with a little bit of a draw.
Yeah.
And I can put myself in that yardage.
yeah.
So I do the same thing that your teammate does. I literally
Visualize how you're gonna get
visualize
to that.
every single hole. Do I need to hit this way? Do I need to hit that way?
That's interesting, man. Because when I go out there, I'm just like, let me hit this as far as I can,
Yeah.
and then get as close as I can to the tee. But there's plans to it, like there's strategy to it.
Yeah,
and
golf.
it's
I
interesting.
mean, dude, course management is huge. Course management is absolutely.
I wouldn't even think to
Yeah.
hear that. Like when if somebody was going to teach me golf, course management, that wouldn't even have
Yeah.
registered that that's a thing that they try and teach you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you. So
You can see this. He loves talking about
it's
this
just
because
I go down this hole, but the more that that you see influencers right on social media and stuff like that get out there,
Yeah.
you see things like driver off the deck, putter off the deck, and all they ever want to do is just hit the ball as far as humanly possible.
Yeah.
It's even happening in the PGA.
Yeah.
Last year at the end or middle of the season, the PGA said we're gonna roll the golf ball back so that they can't hit the ball as far, which is ridiculous. It's not going to matter.
yeah, how far are they going to roll it back?
Well, that's what everybody was worried about. Like, we're going to go back to the gutta percha days, where the ball's only going to travel half the distance. I mean, it'll never happen. It ended up getting knocked down anyway. But when you watch PGA, when you watch the Live, all of that, they focus on people like Bryson DeChambeau, great golfer, not taking anything away from him, just shot a 58. But all they talk about is how far you can hit the ball, and that's what 99% of golfers do. They go out on the golf course and they're like, okay, this is a 410 yard par 4. I'm going to grab my driver and I'm going to hit the living crap out of it. But why?
Are they hitting it past the 410?
No.
Well, if they're not hitting it past the 410, then they're getting closer to the tee.
Right.
Which is, I know that's not like you were just telling me.
Right, but
strategic.
let's put it this way: if you're maybe getting 265 yards, 270 yards, which is average for your average golfer, which is an 18 handicap, a bogey golfer. Your average golfer doesn't hit it farther than 270 on average off the tee with their driver. Okay? So let's say you have a 338 yard par 4 and you hit it 270. You absolutely cracked it. You smoked it. You're at 270. So you have a 68 yard shot now. Mm-hmm. You don't know how to hit a 68 yard shot.
Well, this guy you're speaking of who shot a 58,
Bryson DeChambeau?
is he good at the short game?
No.
Okay, go on.
Which is why you hear people talk about like Colin Morikawa, best iron game player. Irons.
That's wrong.
They don't say he's got the best wedge game.
Right.
They don't say he's got the best driving game. They don't say he's got the best driving wedge and iron game. They don't say he's the best putter. He's got one good thing that he's really good at. And look, first of all, Colin Morikawa is like a top 10 player in the world, and he is good at all of that if we're really going to go there. I'm not trying to slam him. I'm just trying to say, like, they talk about that. They talk about Jordan Spieth and his wedge play. They talk about, well, Colin Morikawa actually is a phenomenal bunker player. but to have all of them is very, very, very rare.
Yeah, to be
Like
a
Tiger
complete-
Woods. Tiger Woods, the greatest golfer of all time. I know some people would argue that, but he's the GOAT, right? His big flaw for a long time is control off the tee. Which direction is he going to hit his tee shot? When he hit it straight, it went really far. But everything else was best scrambler, probably the best scrambler ever to play the game. The guy could putt lights out. He knew how to make shots. But when you're an amateur, when you have no idea what you're doing, and you're just going out there to hit the living crap out of the ball all of the time, and then all of a sudden you have this short little 68-yard shot that you have to hit with a sand wedge because you don't know what a lob wedge is.
Yeah.
You know, because you bought your clubs at Goodwill.
But that's why we're amateurs.
Exactly. But it makes it more, when you don't understand course management, it makes it more frustrating.
Yeah.
Because why hit your driver when you can go up there and maybe you can hit a 3-wood or you can hit an iron?
Right.
So where now you have another full swing into it.
No,
Instead of taking like a 60% swing and, you know, getting all weird.
Gosh, man, it's very hard because people enjoy doing these sports. Like, it's the same thing with soccer. Like, people enjoy playing golf, but when you're playing golf with somebody who understands the game and I'm just trying to have fun. You're just like, yeah, you can still have fun, but try and do it this way.
But let me help you have more fun.
Right. And it's the same thing like with soccer. When I see a kid toe poke it, I'm like, yeah, you're getting the ball to where it needs to go, but it's not with control. Try it like this, you might enjoy it more. You know, I get what you're saying 100%, but that's why there's that separation between pros and
Sure.
amateur.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's tough, man. I mean,
No, we'll talk. We can talk more about that later. I mean, I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lessons that I could talk about.
it's good to know that though, because that's the mentality that in different sports, like, you have to take. Like,
Well, if there's anything that we should take away from all of this of what I'm saying is, if you're going to go out there and you're going to play golf, have course management. Think about it, you know, and be honest with yourself, because the only thing that you're ever doing in golf is lying to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, if you take 4 or 5 mulligans, if you move the ball out of this area, move it out of there, and you're not taking the right score, whatever.
Right.
Yes, do that because it's fun and you're not playing for millions of dollars and all that. But if you are trying to get better, you have to hold yourself accountable for it, because you're only kidding yourself.
most people do try and get better because when they go out the first time, yeah, they do all that stuff, but they enjoy it.
Yeah.
So then they want to like pick it up more. It's like, I want to go golfing again. So then they start like, oh, I want to learn a little bit more.
Everybody has that one friend that's better than they are.
Yeah.
And they don't, they want to catch up to them.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's a natural human thing. Like,
But then it's more fun because now you're actually playing with your friend, not just like out there with your friend.
Yeah.
I get it.
no. I mean, but again, if there's one thing you can take away from all of this is start to practice course management. Understand what that is. Understand what course management is. If don't go out there and just try to hit the living crap out of the ball every time.
Yeah.
Go out there and have fun, but keep yourself in play.
Yeah.
You're gonna have more fun if you can hit the ball.
Man, the amount of balls I've lost on these courses. Mm-hmm. I don't know what.
So speaking of golf,
yes, I was gonna say that.
So this is Stubby McPickle. It's also on my hat.
That ain't.
This
Stubby.
is
This is Stubby.
No, that's right. That's
yes.
Stubby McPickle. This is Paco McPickle, but the brand is Stubby McPickle. That is my golf company. We do apparel, all sorts of different stuff.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time this water I taste it is.
It's cold.
Cold.
Yeah, it keeps it cold for a long time. I also like to talk about a couple other sponsors. So a new sponsor for us, I shouldn't say new, it's our first podcast, but for a sponsor for us is Belching Beaver Brewery out in Oceanside, California. Big shout out to Carly. She's fantastic. Met her a week ago at Oside Flavor. That was an event. Oside Flavor.
Yeah.
Out in Oceanside. It was at Goat Hill Park Golf Club.
Talk to me. I don't know much about it.
It was just an experience. So Oside Flavor was 60, 70 different vendors of restaurants, and see, he's getting comfy.
I don't want to drop this mic again. Go on, keep going,
Restaurants, breweries, all sorts of different stuff, and it was at Goat Hill Park Golf Club. Live music.
Yeah.
It was all you can eat, all you could drink from 5 to 9.
I love when people take the time to make an event like.
Oh, it was.
Make it happen.
It was amazing.
No, that's
Yeah.
good.
Check out Stubby McPickle on Instagram. I'll upload some pictures as well with this so you can see the Oside flavor stuff. Shout out to South O Brewery, Belching Beaver. This is actually their Tropical Terp IPA. We can see right here.
What's that on there? Is that like a skeleton?
It's like a little skull.
skull of. It's eating something. It looks like a. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
They just launched some new seltzers
Okay.
that are absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And no offense to White Claw and Truly and Bud Light seltzers and all that, hands down, better.
Everybody has their taste buds.
No.
But they'll have to taste it.
No, you gotta taste it.
Yeah.
But Belching Beaver, first of all, great name.
Yeah.
Second of all, great brand. Wait until you and they're gonna be sending me some seltzers so you can see this rebranding that they did. Because
It took me a second. Go ahead. Sorry, finish.
what, the Belching Beaver?
No, yeah, but
Oh.
I just read something on here. Belching Beaver. It says, "Damn good times."
It's a damn yeah. It's a little play on words, but wait until you see these Belching Beaver seltzers. Just the logos, the can, the
Yeah.
color, all of it. Like it's fantastic. So anyway, shout out to them.
Big shout out.
Shout out to Rise and Grind.
Okay.
Rise and Grind, and it's RYES, like rye bread.
Oh,
Their food at that place was so good.
people are good at play on words.
Oh
aren't they?
man, there's some clever people out there. Yeah, South O Brewery. I'm gonna get back to them real quick.
Yeah.
South O Brewery has a bunch of different drinks. They had a pilsner out there. There's one called the Bogan that at this Goat Hill they just crush. Like they sell like crazy.
Yeah.
And we're speaking of golf and drinking too much on the golf course. One thing I like about it is it's low in alcohol. It's like 4.2, 4.5%.
Okay.
So you can enjoy it more without getting stupid drunk.
Yeah.
And still enjoy your time.
Yeah.
And it tastes incredible.
Well, that's it. That's what you want to have. The
Yes. So shout out to all of them. Check out Oside Flavor. I think you can find them on Instagram at, I think it was Flavortown Oside, if I remember correctly. Or just type in Oside Flavor
Yeah.
in Google. I'm sure that you'll find it. And again, I'll put some pictures and stuff like that in the links here. So
Stubby McPickle.
Stubby McPickle for
At-
sure, at Stubby McPickle on Instagram.
Yeah.
Obviously you got to follow Darnell as well. Keep his blue check verified alive. We'll get him out on the golf course and get some videos of that as well.
You'll see
Who
something special.
Who you got to shout out?
Let me. Hold on. Let me. If you don't mind me standing up for a second, show you the drip, man. Yeah. So this is Manor. It's a company that I just kind of started connecting with. I like them, man. It's a shoe store, but they also have other things. They get like unique shoes and stuff like that.
Shoe store that does t-shirts and shorts.
T-shirts,
Yeah, so
socks,
it's apparel.
Like yes, it's apparel, but
Okay.
their main thing is the shoes that they have, and they're like special edition, limited edition shoes that come through. They're in Phoenix. Yeah, it's an
make
awesome
golf
store.
shoes?
I don't know if they have golf shoes. Follow them. They're awesome. Their logo is actually a cactus with shoes hanging down from like one of the things. I think it's sick. Obviously, I don't know if you can see it on here, but yeah, man, they hooked me up with some stuff. So shout out to them. I love their stuff. Obviously, drip down the Lululemon. You always got to give them a nice shout out. They always get me decked out as well. I love their quality stuff. But yeah, man, those are my shout outs right now.
I think we should do a shout out to Spooner.
Yes. Big shout out to Spooner. My wife, Kim, actually works there. Great therapist. She's been taking care of me for years, which is why I'm able to do my profession for so long. And everybody else that works at Spooner's a great company. PT, athletic
And they're
training, all
partners
that.
with The Rising.
Yes. They are partners with The Rising. So, been there, I think, 2 years. But yeah, man, I great company. They're located all over Phoenix. So if you need help physical therapy wise, look them up, man. They're a great company to have. What else do I have? Dang,
I don't know, I'm trying to think.
can't
We can come back to it. I do want to end though with
Yeah,
question of the day.
Yes, I like these. Now
So
we have.
we'll end with this. We're asked the question of the day. We'll answer it. You guys put in your comments below what your answers would be to the question of the day. So do you want to ask the question, or do you want me to ask the question?
You ask it. I don't really have one.
How come I got to ask?
I think you probably have a better one than me right now. Why are these chairs so dope? That's my question.
Oh, these chairs are fantastic. These are actually a gift.
Shout out
These
to
chairs-
whoever
yeah.
gifted you these chairs. Cause
These chairs were a gift from a client.
I feel like I'm at a theme park for.
Yeah, they're really good for your back.
Relaxation.
They lean all the way back,
I'm not gonna do it right now.
almost upside
I
down.
don't want this to fall. So I'm not
You asked a question, because you asked the question last week. It was a question that you were asking your teammates.
Oh wait, remind me.
I'm trying to remember what it was now too. Damn it! It was just on the tip of my tongue.
It wasn't the math question. No.
No.
Was it about the time?
Yes. It was the time. That's what it was. All right. So here's a question of the day.
All right, question of the day, people. I'm gonna ask Dave. He's gonna give me my opinion. So, you're on the phone with someone, and they ask you what time it is. Now, the time is 7:58. So there's a kid. That's the question on the test. The time is 7:58. There's a kid who puts 7. They ask you what time is it. A kid puts 7. The other kid puts 8. As a teacher or as whoever is grading this, who is going to get more points? The kid who put 7 or the kid who put 8? The question is, what time is it? So, I mean, please give me your feedback. Drop comments
It's-
on what you think is more correct. I don't
Yeah,
even know
it's
if that's
so
the
interesting, this question, because you asked me this question a couple weeks ago when we tried to film this first one. And I mean, I think for us, and by us I mean you and I, it's clearly the more correct answer is 8 o'clock.
Right.
7:58.
I don't want to say right because there's different
Yeah,
things,
but
to me,
clearly the more correct answer would be 8 o'clock.
you would give that kid more points.
I would give, yes, if I had to give on a scale of 1 to 10, he would get 10 points.
Yes.
Unless if there was an answer that said 7:58, then I would say that
Well, it's not multiple choice. Yes, I mean, but this is just
it was
the two
either
answers.
7 or
either.
8,
Yes.
like which answer, yeah. So I would say 8 o'clock.
Now, the rebuttal I got to that was, and you're writing it down, the kid put 7, which 7 is in 7:58. But logically, if you were to tell somebody, if it's 7:58 and you're just running by, oh, it's 8, you would be correct. You wouldn't say, oh, it's 7. Because then the person could think it's like 6:58 or 7:05 or 7:03 or something.
Yeah, they still
And
have
now-
an hour to do whatever they need to do.
They think they have an hour, but now they're going to be super late.
Yep.
Rather than, you're 58 minutes off
So
rather than 2 minutes off.
So let me ask you this: that rebuttal that you got, and maybe this is a bad question, but who gave you that rebuttal?
Can't give that in.
I'm not saying I'm not saying the person, but like, was it a different?
Well, I think
were they from a different country?
Yes, I think
Were they-
it's a different culture. Maybe that's just how they just run it by. It's 7, and then they expect the person to look it up or figure it out. But what if that person?
Because maybe it is. That's what the problem, or I shouldn't say problem, but that's what the difference is. Is maybe it really is like what they're taught. I mean, are they a European? Are they a Russian? Are they
Right. But like when-
African? Like, is it?
But
Somebody
when you
that-
say 7, I think generally you would know that, bro, it's not 7. It's 7:58. That's technically 8. I think anybody. I mean,
I don't disagree with you. My answer was 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't. I just think on a test, like if a teacher was to grade, they'd have to give the kid points because he did put 7. But if you're thinking logically, 8 is the more correct answer, I would say. And kids, like I've been watching some things that pop up on social media, and there's funny things that pop up, like answers that kids would give on tests. And I'll bring it up one day. I don't have them off the top of my head, but I think one of the ones said, ask a question or put a question of saying why. And the kid just wrote why. And he was right.
100%.
But I don't think that's what the teacher was looking for.
No, it would be like, why is the sky blue?
The teacher put clever. 2 points. But the
Didn't
kid,
even get full points?
no, I don't know what full points were. I think he got 2, but I don't know if it was like a whole test.
Ooh, I'd be standing on my desk if I was in 5th grade and somebody gave me 2 points for that.
And then the other one was spell 5 words or write 5 words you can spell. Write 5 words you can spell. It was, the question was 5 words. And the kid literally wrote the exact same thing that he saw on the lines. He was right. And he spelled what the question was, 5 words that he could spell. And I think the teacher put clever again, but I don't think she gave him points because obviously that's not what you asked for. So that's my thing. Like with that question, 7 is correct because it's in the wording, but 8 is, come on, man.
Yeah, I think it's 8.
See, drop your comments. Let us know. I went off on a tangent there, but I just think I got to prove
I'd
this.
say
I gotta
tell,
prove
yeah,
this
so
to this guy.
I'd say 8 o'clock. I don't even know if there's necessarily an explanation that you'd need to give, but I would just say 8. Anyway, interesting question of the day.
Yeah, it's like those math questions, like who's always right. There's always so many answers you get, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll do another question of the day next time. Anyway, Darnell,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Yes. Shout out. Did we even say what our podcast was?
Yeah, the double D's.
Okay, I just wanted to make
Yeah,
sure we shouted out.
we
I
did
don't
it at the
remember.
very beginning. Well, we'll do it again.
Yes.
This is the double D's. Darnell, Dave.
Darnell,
Other way around.
Dave.
Darnell, Dave.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Thank you for tuning in and listening.
Yeah, let's
to
just
us.
keep this going. This is fun.
Click that. Once again, I've always wanted to say this. Click that subscribe button
Click subscribe. There you go.
down there. Tap that bad boy. And yeah. Keep
Yeah, and let us
listening
know
in.
what you guys want us to talk about or what you want to hear about. You know, ask questions to us.
Yeah.
We're open books. We're willing to talk about anything. We're going to talk about other stuff. You know, it's not really a formatted podcast. You know, we'll talk about sports. We'll talk about pretty much anything.
We got to hop into football next week.
Oh, yeah, football next week for sure. We got a massive weekend coming up. My Washington State Cougars are taking on the Oregon State Beavers.
So much football going on.
So much football going on, but WSU and Oregon State both ranked, I think, 14 and 19. 19 WSU, Oregon State 14. We're in Pullman. Massive, massive, massive game, considering WSU and Oregon State are the only remaining teams of the Pac-12 after this season.
Dang.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on with everybody leaving and
Yeah.
being I have so many bad words I could say about the other teams, but I won't. But yeah, we'll talk about sports. We'll talk about football for sure. We're going to talk about Ryder Cup. We're going to talk about Solheim Cup.
Yep.
That's in the golf world for those of you that don't know. So that's PGA, LPGA.
I got to get up on my owls, bro.
Yeah,
FAU,
man.
Florida Atlantic, baby.
There you go.
Because you clearly got your teams.
You
I'll do
got
my
to
research.
figure it out.
Don't worry.
Got to figure it out for sure. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, I think that's it. Thanks
Yeah,
again
man.
to all of our
Appreciate you guys.
sponsors. Appreciate it. Thanks you guys for watching. Keep watching. Definitely hit that click subscribe. Until next time.
Until next time.
See ya.
See ya.